So this is Mike, and these are the before and after videos of Mike. And when I first met Mike, he was hitting lots of ground balls and weak fly balls pretty regularly. And the first thing he asked me with a look of sadness and frustration on his face was, "Can you please help me stop hitting ground balls and weak fly balls, Mr. Curtis?" So today I'm going to share with you what I did to help Mike stop hitting ground balls and weak fly balls. And this will also help a softball player too. And if you watch it to the end of the video, you'll learn exactly how to analyze your son or daughter's swing and know what to fix so your athlete can start having fun again, because they're hitting lots of line drives and playing to their highest ability. And if you're a younger player, you'll learn all this as well. Hi, I'm former MLB player Jermaine Curtis, and the things I'm going to teach you is what I did to correct myself when I started hitting lots of ground balls and weak fly balls over my 10-year professional career, and what I'm doing to help my students stay ahead and not fall behind. So let's begin. So the first thing you will see with Mike's hitting mechanics is that he has a high leg kick, but what you will also see is that he starts drifting forward before he swings. And since he drifts so much forward, this makes his base very unbalanced. So the first place you want to start when it comes to checking your son or daughter's swing is their base. So what does the base mean? Base is another way for saying balance, and it's the most important part of hitting. Look at one of my swings at the professional level where I hit 300 and was an all-star. See where my body is compared to Mike? See my base? See my balance as I'm swinging? Now back to Mike. Look at his base now. See how he is not as balanced as he swings, and after he swings, he is 70-30 in his weight distribution in his lower half, with more weight being on his front foot as opposed to being 50-50 or at least 60-40 with more weight on his backside. See, in the most simplified version of explaining hitting, the pitcher is trying to break your base, or in other words, get you off balanced. And besides actually hitting the ball, the most important job as a hitter is to protect their base. In other words, be balanced. That's how the best hitters get high level, consistent results. They have a strong base and are more balanced more consistently. So when you look at your son or daughter swing, check their base. You want to be 50-50 or 60-40 with more weight on your backside. This will allow your hitter to make quicker adjustments and be more consistent and successful. Furthermore, they'll see the ball much better as their head will not move much. So the next thing you want to do is check their swing plane. So when I met Mike, he was swinging down on the ball. You can see it very, very clearly in this video. And that is a very common way of teaching youth baseball players. I was taught the same exact way when I was younger, but now I do not teach that style of hitting. In fact, when I would hit with Barry Bonds, he would tell me to catch the ball on the barrel. He continued, "You're not trying to hit it, you're trying to catch it on the barrel." What he meant was your goal with your swing should be to try to get on plane early and match your swing with the pitch. And if you do that, you would catch it on the barrel. Back to Mike and his swing. As you can see, his swing is not like he is catching it on the barrel, but more like he is slicing the ball in half. This swing caused him to hit an incredible amount of ground balls and weak fly balls, just like he does in this video. We were laughing so hard when he took this swing and started running out of the way. So my tip to you is to check to see if your athlete is getting on plane early and catching it on the barrel. And you could use that as a visual for your athlete when you practice together. Tell them, catch it on the barrel, get on plane with the ball. The next thing you want to do is check your athlete's extension. A lot of young hitters struggle with hitting ground balls and a lot of weak fly balls because they cut their swing off. They struggle to get extension through the swing, and this can truly result to hitting a lot of ground balls and weak fly balls. Let's look at Mike's swing. Notice right after contact, he rolls his wrist over really early. This swing creates a lot of ground balls, weak fly balls, and soft pop-ups because he cuts off his swing. I remember I had this same problem when I was younger, and my teammates used to call me a rally killer because I would hit into a lot of double plays. I learned very quickly I had to make changes with my swing because I hated being called a rally killer. So I started looking at the best players in the game. Notice how each one of them power through the ball. This is how you would hit line drives and add power to your game, because you're going to power up and through it. So check your son or daughter's swing and see if they are getting extension through the ball. This will definitely help them from rolling over and hitting ground balls to hitting more line drives. lives. So now I want to share with you Mike's progress and what he looks like now from the first time we started working together. So as you can see, he is now doing a toe tap compared to before where he was doing a leg kick and drifting forward. The reason we made this change is because we wanted him to get in a better, more balanced position to hit, to have a stronger base. And when you have a stronger, more consistent base, or in other words, better balance, you will be more consistent as a hitter and will be much more successful. Let me tell you, I had a lot of great games and big hits in my career, but there is no better feeling than when Mike calls me saying he got the big hit or he had a great game. Truly no better feeling to hear him call me and being so happy. Also, do you remember his swing plane being more down on the ball when we first started? Now he has a swing where on his miss hits, he is still getting base hits, as opposed to before where his miss hits were ground outs and pop up. This has made him so much more confident. He just texted me recently, said he was the man. I messaged back, yes, you are, Mike, in all capital letters. Lastly, let's look at his extension. When we first met, he would roll over his wrist very early. Now look at his swing. Look how he continues high through it. This has allowed him to hit more line drives and be a top of the lineup hitter now. And I love going to his games to watch him do his thing and do what he really loves to do. So as you can see, there has been a big change in Mike, not only with his swing and success on the field, but with his confidence as well. He has gone from a player that was super frustrated to a player that believes in himself. But this newfound confidence will not only help him on the field, it will help him in the real world. And that's what I love about coaching the next generation. With that being said, I want to thank you for watching all the way into the end. I truly appreciate it, and I hope I earned your like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me help other players, so thank you so much.